Just imagine all the empires of Rome to Britain believed that their money ruled eternally: gold, dinars, pounds, dollars, until it did. UNT empires, by a stroke of luck, become trade-paralyzed citizens. Debate in the streets, power change over historical screams one thing: no reserve currency is durable. The US dollar is currently on its throne as the world money champion to finance unending expenditure to support oil transactions around the globe. Yet, there are cracks of foreign dumpers bearing debts with inflation, hissing of competitors such as the BRICS coins. You are witnessing the 7-stage downfall occurring in real time. At first a slight ripple and then a hurricane. Stage 1, trust over prince swindles. Stage 7, total dethrone. There are trillions of dollars on it. Your savings job future is riding this wave. Why care? Due to the fact that the next reset to your wallet hits, the grocery prices soared to new heights. Investments, chicken the borders. Stick through. We chart all 7 stages with actual history illustrations and cautious indications nowadays. You cannot afford to sleep on this. Your money is like sand through the hour. It starts innocent enough. Recessions or smoothies or shiny projects require money fast, and governments are faced with wars. Silver coins were shaved at the edges by Rome to stamp more funds to conquer. Britain, after Napoleon turned its back on imperial sprawl. US today. After 2008, QE injects trillions of pounds of money into banks. M2 money supply doubles after 2020. Speed reduces but quantity of supply deflates. Deficits reached 130% yearly D2 GDP. Japan, China, subtly trimmed treasuries. This is true because confidence will make alternatives suck. Euro fragmented, yuan controlled, but slight change is brought about. Locals stock gold. Crypto whispers. Plants that overissue seed waters on a daily basis. Rome reached 100% debasement. In 200 years, Britain 19th century pound floods caused inflation. Annual uncontrolled inflation of 3 to 9% in US prints beyond. Merchants sell at the cost of stability loss. First-year coffee will rise 20%. Governments refute, blame oil, Russia supply chains. Psycholox, stage 1 snowballs freely. Same goods prices are aroused by printed money. B200 Bread riots explode. The silver denarius of Rome had lost 50% of its worth. After the WWI, the pound inflation in Britain reached 20%. Gold standard snaps. Dollar, nah. CPI conceals real pain that contains food. Energy increases 30 to 50% in real terms. Since 2021, savings wage earners observe cash draining, raising interest rates 5% plus. Mortgages kill housing booths. Euro yen gold bullion stacks in India, in Russia, in foreign central banks. Rolex of traders lament. Dollar weapon swift sanctions hurt Iran, Russia. Inflation is undermining the purchasing power of all. The oil price. Dollars are pricier everywhere. US exports undermine China. Boeing buys less. Saudi's yen oil deals. 2. Incomes only suffice in domestic middle class to meet 1970s standards. France yellow vests. US truckers brew protests. Government's jawbone roll printing press harder, which are transitory. Murmurs become shouts of faith. Betrays perception. The odors of wantonness seek a response. Fire's next. Cycle accelerates inflation. Nobody likes funding your party forever. Oil giants OPEC Saudis. Russia and dollar deals. India rupees for oil. China renminbi. Swaps. Rome's trade partners dumped denarii for Persian gold. Britain sterling zone crumbled post-Suez. India, Pakistan bolt. Dollar zone cracks. BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa launch local currency basket. 40% global GDP now. Russia, Iran, trade rupees. Yuan bypass SWIFT. Argentina dumps dollars, buys yuan bonds. US sanctions backfire. Nord Stream to fallout. Accelerates debt dollar push. Export nations diversify reserves. Japan, 7% gold up. Korea follows. Importers negotiate. Bilateral deals. No dollar middleman. US trade deficit $1 trillion yearly. Importers hold $8 trillion. Treasuries start selling corners. Bond yields spike. Mortgages 8%. Businesses freeze. Governments bluff dollar safe haven, but math disagrees alternatives. But rebellion spreads. Trade fractures. Dollar loses oil. Peg grip. Empires ignore at peril. Stage 3. Pivot point. Smart money runs first. Rome elites fled to Constantinople with gold Britain's rich parked Swiss francs pre-World War II. Today, Wales dump treasuries for gold Bitcoin real estate abroad. Hedge funds, Soros-style short dollar-long commodities. China sells $300 billion US bonds since 2022. Parks, factories, Vietnam, Africa. Russia liquidated 90% dollar reserves pre-Ukraine buys gold rubles. Elite private jets ferry families' assets to Singapore, Dubai. Stock markets wobble FAANG. Overvalued on cheap debt. Real estate bubbles pop commercial office 40% vacant. Crypto surges, safe haven narrative sticks, Bitcoin gold ratio flips. Foreign direct investment rises, factories idle. Brain drain tech, talent bolts. Singapore, UAE. Zero tax havens. Capital controls Lumaira's tracks, offshore FATCA bites. Governments freeze outflows, capital traps sparks panic. Yields spike 7%, pensions underwater, banks wobble, FDIC lines form. Flight turns, stampede, confidence evaporates, stage 4, cliff edge. Printing caps, burst, deficits, demand money flood. Weimar 1923 bread. 200 billion marks. Rome 3rd century soldiers paid worthless brass. Britain 1970s IMF bailout, sterling crisis. US path clear, MMT fans push deficits, debt monetization. Inflation 20 to 50%, monthly shelves. Empty Walmart limits sales. Gas $10 gallon flights. Grounded supply chains. Seas. Wages indexed. Chase prices, velocity explodes. Government's price controls. Black markets thrive. Barter networks. Farm. Riots, lootings, cities burn. Police. Elections swing populists, win currency skeptics. Fed loses control rates 15%. Recession spirals, unemployment 20%. Pensions, social security buy bread not houses. Savings accounts, worthless grandma starves. Neighbor spies, neighbor rats, hoarding. Passport, visas, hot commodities, borders militarize. Chaos reigns, productivity tanks, stage 5 societal fractury. Weak money demands conquests, grab resources. Rome invaded endlessly. Britain, opium war, Suez. US, endless wars. Iraq, Afghanistan, Ukraine, aid $200 billion. Dollar privilege funds, 800 bases, global navy. But partners tire footing, Bill Saudi's cut. Petrodollar deals with China. Military stretched thin, recruits. Dry inflation eats budgets. Debt service, $1 trillion yearly crowds. Defense, F-35 delays. Ships rust. Allies peel off, Europe hedges with Russia energy. India buys Russian oil cheap. Proxy wars drain Ukraine, stalemate Taiwan, tensions peak, sanctions, boomerang swift. Rivals sips, the dollar nuked adversaries. Build gold yuan blocks, troops unpaid, morale crashes, mutinies brew. Overreach bleeds treasury, accelerates collapse, stage 6 empire strains. Final curtain. Rome fell, Byzantine, East rose, Britain pound yields dollar, Britain sterling crisis 1967, Wasson-Nixon soak 1971, gold window shuts. Dollar, endgame BRICS currency basket, CBDCs. Gold, RMB euro fight successor. Trade settles, new rails, 70% non-dollar in decade. US shrinks, island economy exports. Agitech services, imports, shrink living standards, 1970s levels. Hyperstagflation grips, gold standard returns. Crypto states form havens. Military pulls home bases, close debt. Repudiated defaults cascade. New hegemon China, India block trades internally, builds rails, ports. History rhymes, reset, painful winners adapt fast. US rebuilds. Regional power, innovation edge survives Humboldt. That's the brutal 7-stage cycle. Every reserve currency endures overprint to oblivion. No exceptions. Dollar shows, stage 1 to 3 signs. Flashing, red act now. Stack gold, silver, Bitcoin skills. Land cut debt. Build local networks. Audit finances, trim fat. Learn trades, grow food, community first. Governments lie, media spins, you see math. History equips you, thrive chaos. If this woke you, smash, like, share, wake, sleeping friends, comment. Your stage number 1, early 7, panic. Builds, army smart survivors. Subscribe, deep dives. Dollar traps, escape plans next. How BRICS flips, table fast. Bell notifications, clock ticks, regimes fall, money resets, fortunes flip. Protect family, opt out game early. Power yours, seize it. Peace.